I think as empaths and sensitive beings, we often sell out, not intentionally or consciously, but because of our programming and a need to protect ourselves, which we picked up either from our family or from living in hostile environments, an emotionally violent society. We don't stay true to ourselves. We have emotional reactivity and act out a level of violence that is not congruent with our true values, with how our nervous system is wired. And it's just been something we've developed to survive and to get by. And I think we're at a tipping point where we're asking ourselves, how do I want to live? And can I go beyond these mental and emotional programs and reactive patterns? I'm seeing this in myself, how I can be violent toward myself. And it may be subtle. It could just be, for one, being attached to outcome. Always looking to something you're going to get and then trampling over the present moment, not actually being here for life as it's unfolding, but being lost in the head, or not compassionate toward yourself or to others, and then efforting and forcing and hustling to get a certain desired result. And for me, I've sort of become disillusioned. I see that wow, I really missed myself. I've been missing life. All out of fear, out of a sense of lack and a feeling of being unworthy and needing to prove something. And thinking I'd find a sense of fulfillment and completion in the future through something outside of me, like a relationship or some recognition or career success. This is the story of every ego, essentially. And I think it's a time for people who identify, although I don't like that word, but resonate with the idea of being empathic and very sensitive, to start to own that. Because we have so much conditioning that says that's weak, it's not paid off in the past, it's gotten you in trouble, in hot water. Now it's the time to own that, to be sensitive, to risk being vulnerable, because there's strength in being vulnerable. Your power lies there, and in actually surrendering and letting go of control and being able to share your truth in a way that doesn't trample on others' truths. That is like the minimum amount necessary to get your point across, but it's not forceful. Again, it's communicating in a non-violent way. It's being in a way that's not violent. It's not emotionally violent, because there's no pushing or strong agenda or demand or expectation. Not needing others to emotionally regulate you, or to be the source of, or the cause of your pain, and take blame for that. And I've been there. So I'm learning through the hard way that doesn't really work. And so it's going inward, it's the inward journey, and dealing with your own inner demons. And I got this from a Buddhist monk. Actually, it's this meditation online. Feeding your demon, whatever you really struggle with. It's like bringing all of your compassion and curiosity and meeting that demon and seeing what is the true need underneath what they're wanting. Getting like below the surface, and then feeding that demon with you, with your body, with everything that you're made of, your love, your peace, and just, it's like you want to just radiate that nectar to that demon. And then that demon becomes your ally. And then I'm finding it helpful, in addition to this, if there's still attachment to certain people or relationships and pain there, because there's a yearning for connection or to be loved or to be seen, whatever it is. One, to give those things to yourself. And then also to practice gratitude. Here, it's almost like a mental exercise, but you're imagining that this is the last time you're not going to see them again. And so you're expressing gratitude for everything that they contributed to your life, whether that's love or companionship, lessons, wisdom that was gained, and then saying goodbye, a final goodbye. And there's something really powerful in that. It's like a cord cutting. And I'm finding it allows me to get to a place of peace. And maybe I have to keep doing it over and over. But it's releasing that attachment, because everybody is free to be themselves and to be on their own path. And maybe it doesn't include you in this moment, but everything can change at any given moment. But it's most likely to change when there is not that harboring of ill will and resentment and attachment. Because it's really, if you identify, there's that word again, but if empath, if being very sensitive, having a very sensitive system resonates with you, then it is all about energy and your state of being. Although these are just words, but it's coming to see that is priceless. It's worth more than its weight in gold. It's worth more than anything you could possess or accumulate. And I think we're waking up to that fact, and that being sensitive and owning it and showing up that way is what is so desperately needed. And it's not that you're doing it to get a reward, But we'll probably start to see, as the more you align with that and come out of the mind, the more you yourself will benefit, but others will benefit as well. And all those things that you were trying to create or were desperate to hold on to and control, whatever it was, relationships, a passion project, something creative that didn't work out, that will all be resolved and something more magical will come into being. And ultimately, it's about peace. It's about having inner peace. To me, that's what outer peace is nice too, but no, inner peace. Being at peace within my own being, within my nervous system. Because there's a lot of fear, people in desperate places inside themselves, and they're not okay. There's a lot of fear. So if you're at peace, that's what will change this whole dreamscape. And you become just a beacon of light for others.